What's up, everybody? This is Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, and welcome to the first episode of what I call Wii Wednesdays. I've got a huge collection of Wii games, and I need to get through them, so I figured I'd go through them for you guys. And that means I have 80 plus Wii games that I don't know what to do with. Many of them obscure, some of them not so obscure, some of them mainstream, like, you think of Wii, you think of Metroid Prime Trilogy, you think of New Super Mario Bros., Mario Kart, and you think of games like Xenoblade, The Last Story, No More Heroes, and other popular games for the Wii. Now, sometimes there is more behind those popular games, and there definitely is with the Nintendo Wii. It has a huge library of games. It's known also for shovelware. Now, we might get into some shovelware territory here, but there's also a lot of hidden gems on the Wii. And there's a lot that I haven't even covered at all on my channel. So I just want to take some time to explore the Wii's library on Wednesdays, Wii Wednesdays, WW, come on. And anyways, so we are going to kick this off with a game that I found is actually a lot of fun, but it's not the best game I've ever played, but it's still a lot of fun for what I paid for it. And that game is Poppin' Music for the Wii. I know I don't have the box art, but Poppin' Music, $2.99, $2.69 at GameStop, very recently. It's a good deal. And yeah, so here's the disc, just so you get a picture of what I'm saying. Poppin' Music is a Wii port, or Wii remake, a Wii-make, of the Japanese arcade game Poppin' Music, which features a special arcade cabinet with giant buttons. I'm not sure how many, but giant colorful buttons that light up and you push them in correspondence with the beat of music. Usually pop music, sometimes techno, dancey, trancy, dancey music. Like, think of Dance Dance Revolution. This is also made by Konami, who also made Dance Dance Revolution, and Bimani, who also worked on Dance Dance Revolution. So it's very in line with that style of music style. So Poppin' Music is really fun in the Japanese arcades, and it's known for, sometimes people get really good at that game, just like DDR. It's always fun to watch and fun to play when you're at the arcade. Now, it's not too popular in the US, as you'll see later on, but, yeah, I actually have never seen it in the US arcades, just in case you don't know that watching this video, but I have seen a few knockoffs of it, and of course I've seen DDR and a whole bunch of DDRs in the US for a while now. I actually played DDR quite a bit, and I have every DDR on the PlayStation 2, so I know my way around the dance pad. But Poppin' Music is pretty new to me, so I just want to show you a little bit of what the game's like, a little bit of pretty much everything that the game's about, and what contents you'll find in the game, and then a little gameplay demo of me just playing the game. That's pretty much what these videos are going to be like on Wii Wednesdays. It's going to be an overview of the game, showing what the game's like directly, with direct gameplay of me as well. And it's going to be a lot of fun, so I hope you stay tuned for more Wii Wednesdays. And let's get started with some Poppin' Music for the Nintendo Wii. Wii Wednesdays on Happy Beard Games. Let's go! Alright guys, are you ready to pop in some music? And pop the music and pop with some music, some pop music? Alright guys, allow adequate room around you during gameplay. Put on and tighten the wrist strap. And wear that glove thing. Power glove. Wii skin for your controller. Konami. And Bimani. Okay, cool. And yeah, so this is Poppin' Music. Really cool arcade game from Japan. And there's not a whole lot of this known in the US, so if you're seeing this from other countries and you're wondering, or even if you're in the US and you're wondering what this game is, it's Poppin' Music, and it's not really that popular in the US. This is the only retail home console edition of Poppin' Music, and we're going to push A in the US. As far as I know, they haven't made any after this either. This is pretty recent, but not that recent. And it wasn't that successful. Now, in normal Poppin' Music, like, most of it's arcade games, but there is a home console version. And you get sort of an arcade stick sort of controller You get a third party controller, I guess. I don't know. You get a controller, and it has these little pop buttons on it, like a lot. And you'll see that in this game. Now, the way that this game does it is, I gotta explain this really quick, guys, because this is important. You'll see 5 colors on the screen, 5 little buttons. Now, swinging this controller that way hits the far right button. Swinging this one that way hits the far left. Swinging this one down hits the middle. This one hits the other middle. And then to get the center, you go that way or that way. Now the game, it seems a little confusing, and it seems like it wouldn't be that accurate, but the game actually adjusts itself for the upcoming color that you're supposed to be hitting, and you're hitting these on time with the beat of the music. You go in sync with how the music goes. And it's just like a DDR, it's just like a Guitar Hero, a Donkey Konga, a Taiko Drum Master, all those kind of things. It's a rhythm game, you know. So I just had to explain the controls really quick because it's getting a little confusing, and I won't be able to explain it while I'm actually playing. A couple other things, there is a how to play, but we don't need that. We got me. That's what I'm here for. And let's see, there's a couple things I want to show you on the menu, but before we do that, let's just head into single player. And actually, yeah, let's go into single player. And then you push the A button, and you can choose a character. You can be this guy, that girl, that guy. So there's a lot of different characters, a lot of different variations. They all look kind of similar, same art style. I don't know if this is the same art style from the arcade or if they simplified it for the Wii or changed it up for the Wii. I'm not really sure. But there's all the different characters. I'm going to choose her because that's who I usually choose. I don't know why. I haven't really played this game too much, but we got Future Disco, Special DJ Club, Haunted House, Sweet Stage, Cutie Live House, and Party Kids Room. We are going to choose the Haunted House. Now, the levels do not make any difference, they're just the background, and most of the time you won't even notice it that much because you're going to be focusing on the beats and the music and timing it with the music. Now, in addition, you might know that on the Wii, you have Miis. Now, Miis will show up in the background, dancing in the background. You'll see all your Miis. On your Wii system, you can have up to 100 Miis, and you can see a variation of those, a variety of different Miis that you've created on your own in the background of this game, which is a pretty cool touch. It's not the most appealing thing to see, but it's funny, especially when you have some humorous Miis, some fan-created Miis, or just some funny, weird, wacky Miis. So yeah, this is the game. Now select their song. Up here it says select song. And now these are... Okay, now here's the deal. With a music game, I'm not going to be able to play a song that's a licensed song, like, you know, an actual pop song like you might hear on the radio. So all these songs are the actual artists, the actual songs. They're not the full song. They're more like a minute-long clip of the song. So here's one of them. I'm not going to be able to leave the sound on for you, but this is what it looks like. Now, there's a couple things to notice. If it says, you know, like, this is the song Bad Day by Daniel Powter, who I don't really know much about, but I've heard it on the radio. You probably have too. But if it doesn't say the artist on the second line, that means it's a cover. There's only like a couple songs that are actually covers, so it's better than Donkey Konga, where every song was a cover. In addition, this is real quick, but you can choose a sound effect for your when you hit the buttons and stuff. Sort of like Donkey Konga, if you've played those games before. You can choose the speed of how fast the game plays. So you can do normal, fast, super fast. You can also choose game type, which is a challenge. I'm not really sure what challenge is. And you can do standard, where you can there's little goals. Like, you got to beat the song once. You got to beat it with a certain amount of points, and there's another one, which I'm not sure what that is for this song. But those are all the same. So there's multiple things to work for each song. And there's a lot of songs, actually. And I'll show you there's even more later on, because there is downloadable content, which you can actually still access now, even though Nintendo Wi-Fi is turned off. You can still access the downloadable content on a Wii U as well, because I'm playing on a Wii U, by the way, guys. So there's Bad Day. Let's just go over the songs. Celebration. This is a cover, but they're pretty good covers. They're pretty close to the original. It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls. My Life Would Suck Without You by Kelly Clarkson. We Are Family, which is a cover, I think. Boogie Oogie Oogie by Taste of Honey. So far, it's like pop music and disco. Space Dog by Sana. I have no idea what that song is. It's My Life. I think it's by Gwen Stefani, or maybe No Doubt. This Fire, Franz Ferdinand. ABC, I Want You Back, Jackson 5. Virtual Insanity. I don't know who that's by. Take On Me by Aha. Dolly Parton, 9 to 5. Funky Town, Lips Angst. So you're seeing it's kind of going into the 80s territory of pop music. The Final Countdown by Europe. Everybody Have Fun Tonight by Wang Chung. So it's kind of like 80s music now. Oops, They Did It Again, which is Britney Spears in the 90s. Enola Gay by OMD. Mickey by Tony Basil. Euro Piccola by Electel. See, some of them are more like European themes, but most of it's pretty popular songs that were at least popular in the U.S. They're not necessarily from the U.S., but they're popular. Like you'll hear them on the radio on 80s station, or even sometimes just the pop stations. So Duran Duran, New Kids on the Block. Yeah, I know. It'll get weirder pretty quick here, guys. Okay, they have The United States of Whatever by Liam Lynch, which is, to me, the most surprising song to hear in this game, and it's also the most hilarious song to hear in this game, and one of the best songs to play in this game, because as you'll see, this has a comical nature. Sorry about the length, but we gotta cover all the songs real quick. There's a lot of songs in this game. There's a good amount, actually. Good Times by Chic, or I don't really know that song very well. Whatever that is, don't want to pronounce that. Venus by Bananarama. And then here's another surprising one. Ace of Spades. It's the 2008 rendition of it by Motorhead. Yeah. Just picture the game's art style and think of Motorhead, and they don't go together, so it's a little odd. But it's still fun to play Motorhead on this game. There is a few sort of punk or metal songs on this game. Just a few. But Motorhead is one of them, and it's a good choice. It actually works really well, and it's one of the most difficult songs on this game. It's very fast, of course. It's Motorhead, and yeah, it's really good. They did a really good job with it, but it's just weird to be in the game. Rest in peace, Lemmy. Okay, Come Clean. I don't know what this is. It's another cover. September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's pretty good. Some of these songs you'll notice from Dance Dance Revolution, which is also by Konami. Prince Charming by Adam and the Ants. Pulse. Now, this one was on DDR. I think some of these songs are actually either licensed by Konami or made by Konami or Bemani, because that's also what DDR was made by. So some of these ones that end here, I think we're going to play Ska Ska number 4 for our song. Just a little quick taste of what the game's like, and then Pump the Volume by Mars. I don't know why it's at the end. We also got Rock and Roll High School by Ramones. Pretty cool. A little surprising too, I guess. Kind of like Motorhead. And I don't know what that is. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And that song, and this song, and then you can also do a random song. And that's all you got. Now, like I mentioned before, there's DLC. You can download more songs. Each song's $1. A little bit cheaper than Rock Band, but it's fitting. And most of those songs are like songs from Konami. They're not like songs like Motorhead or Ramones. They're songs like, songs that you'd hear on DDR, like random, like DDR only songs, like techno-ish dance poppy songs. But there's a lot of them. There's a good amount. There's 3 pages of DLC songs, so I'll show you that in a little bit. Let's get started with some Ska Ska number 4, and hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for this, because that's the reason that I'm not able to show you these other songs on audio. Let's do this. So I got sound clapping, pop speed normal, and I think you have to unlock that by playing the song more, because I never played the song. Let's get started and see if I can actually do this. It's been a little while since I played this game, but I bought it last year, so it's not too new to me, or it's not too old to me or anything, but play with the Wiimote and Nunchuck. Hey, I don't know why it tells you that there, because you should have known that before you started. So here's the gameplay. Come on. So yeah, sometimes you have to hit 2 at the same time. And it actually works really well. It's pretty responsive if you know what you're doing. It's pretty fun too. It's not, I don't know, like comparing it to other rhythm games, I don't know, it kind of works well, but I'd still prefer it with the actual controller, because I think it would work a lot better. So I'm comparing it to like Donkey Konga. It's probably the closest thing I can think of on a home console. And you know, that worked a lot better because it had a physical controller that you actually came with, and you know, it actually worked well with the game. And I'm doing horrible, but it's a little hard when you're talking because you can't hear the music as well. So yeah, you just hit, you know, like I said, you go far, far, middle, that one, and then you go back to the middle, and yeah, just kind of go along. So once again, these blue ones are straight down on either controller, red is the middle with other controller, and green is to the outside with the appropriate controller on the left or the right side of the panel. And sometimes it works better than others, but it seems like once you kind of get in the flow of it, it works a lot better than it is appearing to me. And it works a lot better than what I'm showing you guys, basically. Because it's a little tough to play these rhythm games when you're talking. I'm trying to explain it. So I'm going to be quiet for a little bit and try to finish this. I think we did it, actually. Barely. You have this little combo bar on the bottom, which is helpful. You also have another meter that you may have seen that's filling up right here that you need to get a certain amount to clear, and we barely got it. I think our combo was 20. Yeah, combo's 20. See if I can pull up the cursor. Is there no cursor on this part? Okay, and then you got greats, goods, and misses. So great is like you got it on perfect timing. Good is like you kind of got it, and miss is you didn't get it. So it tells you all your stats, which is really handy. And yeah, you can unlock new sound effects. So we got a new sound effect. Which of those things are when you hit it, it makes a different pop sound effect. Pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much poppin' music. It's pretty simple, but it's a lot of fun. I think it's geared toward a younger audience on this edition of the game. However, there are some pretty hardcore adult players of this game in the arcade, mostly in Japan, because that's mostly where the systems are, or the you know, the home console versions are in Japan. You can import them and stuff. And also the arcade versions. I've never seen an arcade version of poppin' music in the arcade in the US. I know where one is located, but it's not poppin' music. It's a third party. It's sort of like a knockoff of poppin' music, and it uses a touch screen, but it's pretty much the same. It actually doesn't work that well, but it works about as well as this does. So pretty much different, but with a touch screen. So yeah, there's other things you can do. There's the options and menus, and you've got multiplayer. And I just want to check: is this 4-player? Oh wow, there is. These are mini games, guys. I didn't even know this was here. I've never clicked on this. So you got score match, gimmick battle, 2-player poppin' music, which is I guess there's only 2-player for the music part, and some of them have 4 players for the mini games. You got Poppin' Robot and Poppin' Busters, which are little mini games you can play, I guess sort of like Mario Party-esque mini games. The extra content is actually downloadable content, so you have, I guess you can only save up to 5 songs at a time. You can re-download them just like a virtual console game. So let's go online real quick and I'll show you what DLC there is, and that about wraps it up for the actual gameplay. Not rated, but yeah, so you got all these categories. You got 1, 2, you got 3 pages. You can check them by clicking on them. So each, I guess it's actually 50 cents a song, but you have to buy 2 at a time. So see, 100 points equals $1 for Wii points. And then it has a little description, and you see you get this song Diamante or by Orange Lounge. You get that song, so you get 2 songs, and it tells the stats for how much space it takes up on your Wii hard drive or memory. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We're not going to download any right now, but just want to show you what these are like. They have a few cool songs, in case you're wondering. I don't know if there's a current... I haven't found too many videos of this on YouTube, so that's why I'm showing this. Because there is DLC, and this is all the DLC in the game that you can get. So they have some songs from DDR, like Tino's White Horse was on DDR, I know that. I have all the DDRs on the PlayStation 2, and I played on an arcade quite a bit, so I recognize some of these songs. The only bummer is you can't, doing? You can't preview what the songs sound like, so if you want to look up these songs, your best bet is to type in the song name, and they have Mugen by Terra, and then looking it up for DDR, because that'll probably give you like a video on YouTube about it. Or they have Moon by DJ Taka. There's a lot of these songs that I recognize from DDR, but I can't actually picture how they sound that well in my head, but some of them, yeah. There's a lot. And then this is the last page. I don't know if I skipped any, but it's okay, it's not that important. But yeah, there's Miracle Moon. And they have kind of themes. Like you can see Pianist, Japanese, Seaside, Grand Touring. There's just a couple songs that I would like to see from DDR that are not in here, such as Sugaru, a couple other songs I can't think of. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they have DLC and it actually works, and it's good. Alright guys, that was poppin' music for the Nintendo Wii. A little bit cumbersome with these motion controls, but they do work as intended. I mean, I couldn't really display that too well, but I've played it enough that I know they do work well, but they're not the best. I would prefer a physical controller. And that's the major complaint that I've been seeing with this game, is the lack of a physical controller as opposed to just using Wiimote and Nunchuck to simulate that controller. Another issue is it has a lot of pop music instead of just, you know, techno, DDR, trance stuff. But you can download that as optional DLC, and it's actually at a reasonable price for DLC. So if you want to get this game, it is actually possible to find this very recently for, you can't see that, but $2.99. That's what I paid for it. Actually, I paid $2.69. And that's a good price. And if you're considering the DLC is something that you want more of, instead of just the pop music that it comes with, it's not that much more to just buy that. So if you enjoy this gameplay style and you can get used to the controls and you want pop music in the US on your Wii U or Wii, it's a good choice for that, and it's relatively inexpensive, I'd say, for a music game. I mean, you look at other music games like Rock Band. I know this isn't quite as ambitious as Rock Band, but you know, it's a lot lesser price tag on it. Alright guys, let's switch over. Okay guys, so just as a little closure for this Poppin' Music Wii Wednesdays video, I think the game Poppin' Music is actually really fun. Just don't expect to spend too much money on it because it's not going to live up to your expectations of games like Rock Band or even that much like Donkey Konga, because once again the controller is emulated in a way because you're using the Wiimote and Nunchuck motion controls, which work okay. But you're not using the actual, you know, the official or even possible to use on the Wii controller for poppin' music, the normal poppin', you know, controller. So yeah, it's really fun for what it is. I think it's definitely worth $2 or $3 or however much it is worth now. But I wouldn't expect to pay full price for it. I mean, if I got this when it was new, I'd be a little disappointed expecting something like Pop Music Arcade to be playable on the Wii, which is entirely possible. They just opted for the Wiimote Nunchuck, and I think they actually have a few console versions of this, either on the Wii or on systems before the Wii, but they're only in Japan, as far as I know. So yeah, it's a pretty cool game, Pop Music for the Wii. I'd give it maybe a 3 out of 5, 5 out of 10. I don't really know how I'm going to do my scoring quite yet, but I do want to give you an impression of how I feel about the game overall after playing it for more than an hour. So it's a pretty fun game. Not the best game. My major cons about the game are just the soundtrack is mostly pop music. I mean, I enjoy it, but it's not the most difficult to play. And also, like, once you've been playing for a while, it gets pretty tough. And then you get pretty good at it. And then some of the songs you have difficulty settings for, but they're still pop songs. You know, like on DDR, like some of the pop songs aren't as good as some of the DDR trance and techno type songs. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. But anyways, the other flaw is, once again, the controllers and the controls. So it does work. It's not the best. And some of the pros are colorful graphics. The sound quality is pretty good. It has a DLC shop where you get more stuff like that, and multiplayer. And I didn't even know about it until today. It has mini games for multiplayer, so there's a lot of stuff to do. It's not just a simple, shovelware. It may not be the best, but it's somewhere in the middle between a good game and the worst game. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. So that's Pop Music for the Wii. Stay tuned for more Wii Wednesdays on Happy Beard Games and other great gaming content on Happy Beard Games as well. I mostly focus on classic video games, but I am focusing on Wii games every Wednesday, continuing from now on. And yeah, so thanks for watching. If you want to support my channel, Happy Beard Games, please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Subscribe today for more classic gaming goodness, and share it with your friends on various social media. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, Happy Beard Games, I'll see you then. Happy Beard Games, out!